Hey everyone, it is Tuesday and I'm gonna do some strength and yoga today. So if you want to get started and grab your mat, grab your free weights, whatever you want to grab. It's been a long, crazy day for me at work, and I am just excited that the heat index has gone down and I'm able to be outside with a breeze. So we're gonna start in a seated position, or you can start in child's pose. So if you want to get ready, you can do fire logs or you can do whatever. Just open up your mind to releasing anything that isn't serving you today. So you're going to gently close your eyes, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, releasing anything that is causing you stress or tension in your body. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Slowly releasing, and you're going to breathe in and retain at the top and then release. And when you're sitting here open to receiving anything this practice is giving you, let go of anything stored in your back, any tension, any tightness, anything that isn't intentional in today's practice, anything that you are storing for no reason, emotions. If you're wondering what if, any of that anxiety, just let it go. Let it be, set it free. Imagine yourself sitting on a towel on the beach. Imagine yourself hearing the waves crashing. Imagine yourself being present in this moment. Imagine the sand beneath your feet. Imagine yourself soaking up the sun. Just imagine the breeze on your back, the sun on your shoulders. Everything around you is so important. Everything around you is so clear. There's so much clarity around you, and the energy is so vibrant. And you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, and you're really intentional about letting go of what doesn't serve you. You're really intentional about letting go of the tightness in your back, your lower back, your mid back, your hips, all of it. You're just going to set free all of that negative energy, and focus on your breath work. Focus on the space above your lip. Focus on the natural in and out of your breath work. The mind and body are so connected, and slowly ease out of it. Slowly, gently open up your eyes and see that you're in this current moment. Bring yourself to the moment, to the present moment, and you're going to lean over to the side and do some side stretches here while you're seated here, leaning over to either side, feeling the stretch on either side. And then just gently leaning back, just lifting your chest up and just feeling the stretch in your lower back. And then we're going to slowly transition to all fours here. And we're going to start doing some cat and cows in this pose where your hands are kissing the ground, you're tucking your neck under, and really elongating your neck and really putting it in to its pose. We're going to thread the needle. So we're going to lift our right hand high to the sky. We're going to tuck it under. We're going to feel this stretch on our shoulder and our lower back. And then we're going to re-release, and then we're going to lift our left hand high, tucking it under, feeling the stretch on the other side, and then releasing. Then we're going to do an opposite pull. You're going to lift your left leg out behind, your right arm out in front, and you're going to feel this union of opposites in your body and pulling it out to the side slowly, just feeling the stretch here in your body. You're going to grab your left hand behind you and just really hold this pose in your body here. And then you're going to slowly release and do the same on the other side. So you're going to lift your right leg behind, the left arm out in front, and feel this pull out to the side here, just holding it here for a moment. Hold, hold, hold. Then grab your right foot behind and just feel this union of opposites in your body. Feel the strength. And then just go back to some cat and cows where you're lifting your head up, tucking your head under, and then you're going to hover your knees above the ground in bear pose here. Hover, hover, hover. Doming out your shoulders. And then you're going to slowly release. Then we're going to transition into a downward dog. You're going to walk your dog, stretching out your legs here in this pose. Feels so great in this moment to be right here, right now. Take some deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth and release. Just really being intentional with this moment. Really placing your mind right here, right now. The present moment is where it's at. And then you're going to walk halfway up your mat. You're going to do a half lift. You're going to do a forward fold. And then you're going to stand tall. Gaze up to your hands. You're going to do a side bend to the right. Feeling the stretch in your left side body. Center. Side bend to the right or the left. Feeling the stretch in our right side body. Then we're going to clasp our hands behind our back. Mini back bend. Forward fold. We're going to feel the stretch in our shoulders. We're going to put our left hand down. Right hand toward the sky. Our gaze is going to follow. Then we're going to grab this right big toe. We're going to pull it out to the side here. Feeling the stretch in our hips. And then we're going to do the same on the other, putting our right hand down, left hand toward the sky. Feeling the stretch in our left side body. Pulling out the left leg out to the side. And then releasing. And then vinyasa, which is a tricep push-up. And you're just going to really stretch out your upper back in here. And then go back to the downward dog here. And just taking a few breaths here in the downward dog. Focusing on letting go what doesn't serve us. And then we're going to go and repeat the process again with those side stretches. So we're going to lean our forward fold, half lift, and then standing tall, side bend to the right, feeling this stretch in our side body. Center, stand on your tippy toes, side bend to the left here. Then we're going to clasp our hands behind our back. Just do a mini back bend. Forward fold. And then you're just going to put your left hand down, right hand toward the sky for this twist. You're warming up your lower back here in these poses. You're just feeling the twist on the other side as well. You can do those side pullouts as well. And then a tricep push-up. And then back to downward dog. You're going to walk out your dog here, lean from side to side, feeling the stretch in your hips and your side body in this pose. Reground yourself with 3 breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and just really focus on the present moment. Focus on what it feels like. And we're going to do one more set of those side bends. So you're going to walk halfway up, half lift, forward fold, standing tall, gaze follows, side bend to the right, center, side bend to the left, and then a mini back bend where you can clasp your hands behind your back and lean forward and just do those twists one last time. Right hand toward the sky, left hand toward the ground, and then the twist on the other side, feeling the stretch in your lower back and the twist. And then we're going to go into a vinyasa or a tricep push-up. Going back to downward dog. Again, focusing on your breath work. I'm going to lift my right leg to the sky here and just feel the stretch and pull. And you're going to step it through. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some lunges. Lunges are really good for your lower body. If you have free weights, go ahead and add them. You're going to do 10 on each side. Make sure your feet are spread out far enough so you're able to dip this knee all the way down. I'm holding 2 10-pound weights, but you can hold whatever amount you want. 5. So the lunges are great for strengthening your knees. Make sure you have the right form and you're facing forward. And just really get used to doing lunges because they have so many benefits. And then we're going to set it down, go into the downward dog. We're going to do the stretch on the left leg and lift it up to step it through for the lunge on this side. And then we're going to dip our right leg down. For 10 lunges on this side. 4. And one side will always feel different than the other, so be self-aware. 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to release them, put the weights down, and then I'm going to go onto all fours on the bottom, and I'm going to grab my free weight and I'm going to lift it up and pull it into my hip ab area. So you can use whatever size weight you want, and just remember you're going to want to have the right form. Don't go overboard and don't do what doesn't fit what your body is calling you to do. So we're going to do 15 on each side. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Most people forget that you can add free weights to yoga, and it has so many added benefits. And as we get older, adding weights is so incredible. Thanks for sharing out my live. If you have, I think somebody said that they did. I'm doing this on my phone on my deck, so sometimes it's hard to read the small print. So we're doing 15. I think I'm at 13, 14, and 15. Another way to help combat anxiety is adding weights. Weights is so beneficial, and as somebody that deals with anxiety, I will say that weightlifting is so beneficial. Sometimes you feel like you don't want to work out, you feel like you don't want to do the thing, but then you get into doing it, and once you get into the habit or rhythm of doing it, it becomes secondary and it's not even a question. So just remind yourself how beneficial it is. Thanks for the comments. Make sure you heart the live. The more you heart it, the more it gets sent out. And then we're on, I think 9, I don't know, 10 up to 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then releasing. Then just take a breather here, go revert back to some cat and cow poses. We're gonna lift your neck up to the sky, tucking it under, and just giving yourself time to reground your breath. And just really, when you do this, make sure you're really elongating and tucking in your tailbone to feel the incredible benefits of the cat and cow poses. So it's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing the lives. I'm gonna go back into my downward dog here. I'm gonna lift my right leg high. I'm gonna tuck it under for a fallen star, lifting my left hand toward the sky, my right hand down toward the ground. Then I'm going to go back to the downward dog, lifting my right leg high. And then I'm going to step it through for a crescent lunge. Gaze up toward your hands. Then I'm gonna twist to the right. Open arm twist, gaze follows toward my right hand. I'm gonna go down, bend my left knee, keeping my right leg straight, and just feeling the stretch, pulling your toes toward you, and just feeling this pose in your body. It feels awesome. And then releasing, either vinyasa or downward dog. 3 breaths here in this downward dog. You're gonna lift your left leg high, tucking it under. On the other side, right hand toward the sky. Feel this stretch. It's different than the other side. And just really going back through, stepping it through, crescent lunge, gaze up at your hands, then twist open to the left, gaze follows at your left hand. Just hold this here for a moment. And then we're gonna bend this right knee, tucking it under, stretching out the left leg, feeling this stretch in our body. Feels amazing, right? Whew. And then we're gonna slowly release and go back to downward dog. or vinyasa. And then I'm going to go back to those lunges again with the free weights. So we're going to do 2 sets of these. So 10 on each side, making sure you're dipping this left knee down all the way. Great for knee strength. Great for building your lower body strength. Lunges have so many benefits. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then release, and then we're gonna do that on the other side. So you're gonna lift your left leg high, stepping it through, doing these lunges on the opposite side. Not judging either side of your body or how it feels. 4, 5. Thanks for all the heart me's and likes. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There, you're gonna step them forward. Then I'm gonna go into a Malasana Yogi squat here just to take a breather and stretch. We will be using the free weights in a little bit to do some pendulum swings with them. So just focus on your breath work, lean back and forth. Feeling the stretch in your inner thighs, being intentional, being in this moment with your breathing. I would do an inversion, but my mat is wet from all the rain because it was not hanging up. But anyways, so we're gonna go into a downward dog. I'm gonna lift my right leg high. I'm gonna step it through, pivot and plant my left leg, lifting my right arm overhead. Then I'm gonna put my right arm down for a triangle pose on this side, left hand toward the sky. Feeling the stretch in our left side body. Then you're gonna twist, put your left hand down, your right hand toward the sky. Feeling this stretch and twist in your lower back. And then putting both hands down for a runner's lunge. You're gonna bend this right leg, trying to get down on your forearms to feel the stretch. If you can't, you can always just skip the forearm part. And then gonna do a vinyasa and go back to do it on the other side, or you can skip the vinyasa. So you're gonna lift your left leg high, stepping it through, pivot and plant your right foot, left arm overhead, feeling the stretch. Left arm down for triangle pose on this side, feeling this stretch in our right side body, and then left hand up to the sky, right hand to the ground, twisting out, and then a runner's lunge on this side. So you're gonna go down on your forearms here, and then really just get back into the downward dog or vinyasa. Just really taking a few breaths in and out of your mouth to refocus. So now this next thing I'm gonna do, it's like a pendulum swing. So what you wanna do is you want to grab your free weights, and what you're gonna essentially do is you're gonna put your right leg down, lean forward, lifting your left leg overhead or behind you. Gently lift, do not touch all the way down. I'm gonna do 10 on each side. It's basically strengthening your hips and your lower body all in one. 3, 4, and make sure, you know, you're focused on going at your own pace. 5, all the way to 10, 6, and your ankle moving and all that is strengthening those little tiny muscles. 7, 8, and then 2 more, but my leg is like really not feeling it right now. So 2 more, 9, and then 1 more on this right leg. And then we're gonna switch. So I'm gonna shake it off, switch to your other leg. Slowly lifting this right leg behind, and then going up like a pendulum for 10 on this left side. 2, 3, 4, 5. So remember, you can use whatever free weights you want. I'm using 2 10 pounds. 6, 7, and then 3 more. 8, 9, and then 1 more. Woo, it is crazy. And then slowly lift it back up. And then you can go to a Malasana Yogi squat if you want. So, where you put your hands in between, you're just stretching out your inner thighs and just really releasing from there. And then we're gonna go back to those arm lift poses in a moment. Gonna do some transition poses to stretch out our hips area. So what I will say, you're gonna do like an open butterfly and just really stretch. Hold it here for a second to reground your breath. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And just hold it here, don't force it. And just release. And we just did some intense strength training poses, so you just want to give your body a second to recover from it. And while you're sitting in this pose, just you can lean back to stretch out your upper back and your mid back as well, and just give yourself a second, and then we'll transition to our knees and basically go to all fours. So we're gonna go to all fours here, and I've been doing yoga workouts for a really long time, especially online, so not just on here. So to answer your question, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull the free weight up to your hip ab area for 15 on either side again. This is our second set of 15 on either side. So yeah, I have been doing, I'm a yoga instructor, so I've been doing it for a while. I did implement weights a while ago, because a long time ago, I used to have a lot of upper back pain, and I will say that the weights really added in some strength and muscle agility into my upper back, because I had poor posterior strength at the time. And so as a result, I worked with a trainer to fix that, and now I always incorporate some type of strength training, because the older you get, the more muscle mass you have a tendency to lose. So yeah, I don't even know what number I'm on, but we'll just assume 10. And a lot of people don't understand how important adding weights does to your practice in general, and to how much better you feel, just everything. And I want to say a lot of people forget about the lower body aspect of it as well, so that's very beneficial. So we're doing 15 on the left side. So 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then release. And then you're just gonna sit back, just take a breather, take a few breaths, focus on releasing all that stress, releasing what isn't necessary in your body right here, right now. So I'm gonna move these things to the side. I'm gonna turn my mat to the side to show you some other poses. So we turn our mat to the side, and what we are gonna focus on is doing a frog pose. So you're gonna spread your hips wide like this and lean over, and this is gonna stretch out your hip area. Now your hips store a lot of tension and stress in it, and maybe the first time you do this does not feel incredible, and that's the point. You want to let your body sink into this pose to feel the tension and stress releasing. And if you rush through it, your body's not gonna have the option to do that. So we sit in this pose and we just really stretch out our hip area, focusing on releasing what isn't necessary and just being present. So you're just gonna lean into it, and gravity will do its job. Don't force it, don't pull it, just hold the pose. I mean, you could just jump right in now, even if you didn't do the entire yoga session or the strength training, to do this pose. It's called frog pose, and nobody really understands, or a lot of people don't understand half the time, how much is stored in your hips. So you have anxiety, you have stress, let it go. Just set it free. Don't linger on loops or memories of the past, because we live in the present. And just set yourself up for living in the present moment. And sometimes you got to reprogram your mind to do that, your mindset. And doing these yoga moves helps you release a lot of that and it puts you back in the present moment. So just remember that. So you really want to hold this for a good minute or more and let it sink into your hips. Again, focusing on breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And you'll see the longer that you sit in this pose, I want to say the more intentional it's going to get to feel. So you're sitting here, you're going to feel your muscles slowly relax one by one, and you're going to feel like a sense of like relief, because your muscles are giving, your nervous system is giving your muscles a sign that it's okay to let go. It's okay to be free. It's okay to release this tension. It's okay. We don't have to sit all crunched up. Even if we sit all crunched up all day, we don't have to sit like a fetal ball all day either. Or, you know, in bed, if you sit a certain way and your body just won't go another way. Sometimes you just have to practice doing some different stretches with your body to get out of that mode. The body does what the body knows that it's used to doing. So you're going to slowly move out of this pose, and you're going to sit down. You're going to do like a bridge pose. So you're going to lean down, lifting your hips up here, and just really engaging your core and holding it up here. Just hold it here for a few moments. You can clasp your hands beneath your lower back or leg area and just hold it up in this pose. Then you're going to lift your legs overhead and just really feel the stretch in your lower back, your legs, really reversing the blood flow in your body. And it feels amazing. I tell you, sometimes things take more time than you think they do, inevitably. And it's a big, important focus of this process. So you're just leaning back and forth in this pose, lifting your legs overhead, and then sitting up. You can do more of those poses if you want. And then I'm just going to do some deer poses. So I'm going to put my right leg and my left leg behind me, and then I'm going to lean forward over it wherever it feels good in your body to lean over. It's called deer pose, so you're stretching out your hips again. It is a different area of your body, so just give yourself a second there as well. And then we're going to switch to the other side to really dive deep in on the other side as well. Then we're going to sit up. And then you're going to tuck your left leg and your right leg staggered behind and then lean over. You know, one side will feel tighter than the other. So you're just going to feel the difference of each side in this deer pose here. And just really get into the hip area. You know, giving your body time to be in these poses is so essential. Sometimes we rush through things and then we don't really get the benefits of it. So that's like in life, society tells us to rush through everything, rush. And then results are sloppy and not as beneficial. Sometimes we don't take our time when it comes to things, and we maybe don't get another option because we rush through the first thing. So show yourself grace and give yourself the time to be present and to really show up for yourself. So I'm gonna slowly go into Shavasana, gently closing your eyes, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, really regulating your breath work. Your neurons in your brain are just connecting with your nervous system, and you are really set up to be present for yourself right now. So you're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, you're retaining in the middle. Just let all that stuff go. Don't let it hinder you. Don't let it diminish your value, because when you hold on to something that doesn't serve you, when you hold on to something that isn't necessary in this world, and you keep repeating the process, you're only setting yourself up to miss what could have been. So set yourself up for success and be present for yourself. Show yourself grace and take the time to really know who you are through meditation. So gently open your eyes. That concludes my yoga strength training session for today. I really appreciate you joining me. Namaste.